breaking down all 32 things you missed from Survivor Season 45, Episode 2. We're talking all things: the Survivor theme song, Emily giving away the shot in the dark, the unique hidden idol you need to burn, Brandon choking the challenge, and much more. Careful for any spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet, and make sure to stick around as we announce last week's giveaway winner. And if you want to enter next week's giveaway, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below your thoughts on these players so far. Wait, hold up. Someone's knocking on my door. No way! You are not going to believe who's here. For the first time ever, I'm proud to announce Jeff Probst to the YouTube channel. So many distractions. Let's get started with the recap of episode 2 with number 32, previously on Survivor. What a good way to start, and from start to finish, there was old school callbacks. I loved this episode of New School Survivor. With a really rough first episode of Survivor 45, it feels so good to have the previously on Survivor segment and the theme song that we're going to be talking about shortly. Number 31, talking about the quit. I really hope this season can just get past that quit, move on, as it seems like it's going to be a really strong season. As Sean says, this yellow tribe of Lulu losers is going to be changing into the Lululemons. It feels like this tribe might be able to bounce back and work well together as a team after that quit we saw last week. Well, never mind, forget what I just said, leading into number 30, Sabaya versus Emily. Last episode, Emily called out Sabaya at Tribal Council, and Sabaya is pissed. Honestly, both players didn't play this out well, as Emily really needs to own her own game, and Sabaya being pissed fully makes sense, but I wish she didn't make it open in front of everyone. But we got more positives as number 29, the Survivor theme song. It feels unreal that after all this time, the Survivor theme song is back, and on Twitter, the entire community agrees. Just hearing that music feels so good and brings back so many memories. Number 28, Red Tribe. Sifu has some wild energy, he's giving off some wild vibes, and wants to just punch random trees, I guess. I get the feeling that he's not meshing completely with the rest of his Red Tribe. Cutting into J Maya being a complete genius with number 27, the flag code. Without having the advantage that Austin found last week, J Maya's able to figure out the tribe flag has the code to the idol. This completely blew my mind. Without having the clue, J Maya predicts this perfectly. She ends up getting the help of Austin and Drew, and they're not able to figure it out. Number 26, dig in the palm tree. Well, obviously Austin's able to figure it out. He has the clue. He's just waiting for some alone time to check it out. As we cut to commercial break, we figure out he has to dig in the fallen palm tree, and I was just praying that he wasn't gonna tell anyone else. Number 25, Blue Tribe. We're gonna start with the old man Bruce being the leader and starting the fire for the tribe, and we get a big reason why Bruce was invited back to Survivor. His energy out there is completely insane. Apparently it's a little bit of acting, as he's not that much of a jokester in real life. He's a little more serious and he wants to get things done, which is completely ironic as Katura is not a fan of this jokester type for Bruce. And we get a little Drake and Josh callback with Marianne tweeting this out. Number 24, Yellow Idol Hunt. I'm calling it an idol hunt, but really it turns into an idol scramble here on the Yellow Tribe, as no one wants Emily to find the advantage. It's always the classic on Survivor, desperate people will do desperate things to stay in the game. It's a pretty good plan the majority comes up with. Do the searching for the idol in pairs, that way not one person has all the power. And it makes it even more hilarious that it's driving the super villain Emily nuts. Number 23, Brandon finds the idol. Technically not a full idol, it's the same beware advantage that Austin found last episode. I'm speechless and surprised that superfan Brandon resisted the urge to open the beware advantage. The main reason being he wants to keep his vote. Don't worry, we'll talk about that later. It made zero sense, that move here. So he ends up giving the beware advantage to Sabaya to open up, and this tweet sums it up perfectly. I was so confused about Brandon's decision. Number 22, Sabaya Big Brain. Being able to skip one of the steps, Sabaya realizes the map is pointing to a tree for the idol. This is low-key, high-key annoying that in the new era of Survivor, no one's able to keep secrets. As we see Sabaya, Brandon, Caleb, and Sean all go on this idol hunt together. Number 21, Foot Talk on Red. This is the exact kind of content everyone was was waiting to see once we got 90-minute episodes of Survivor, as we see this red tribe bonding, joking around about the size of Dee's feet, leading into number 20, getting to know Julie. After episode 1, the person I felt like I didn't get a good read on was Julie, the older mom on the season, but we get so much here with her whole alliance plan to form the majority. Number 1, having a tight alliance with Dee. Number 2, bringing in Drew to be his mom. Number 3, Austin for some strength. And number 4, of course, Julie in the majority as well. So obviously it seems like a pretty good alliance, but it points out the major flaw of 6 players on a tribe of Survivor. All you need is 4 people to form a majority in the game. Number 19, Caleb and Emily. Good old Canadian Caleb feels bad for Emily and tries to comfort her, and Omar loves every second of it. This may be a spicy hot take, but I really hope Emily survives long in the game because I love all the content we're getting from her. Number 18, Emily becomes human. Less robot, more human, as Emily goes on the apology train, apologizing to every single person on the tribe. Pre-season, she said she was going to be playing the game like Chaos Cass, and I fully see it. But she tries to be the bigger person, connecting with Caleb, Brandon, Sean, and Sabaya. Number 17, adventure time. Time for the secret adventure time, as every tribe needs to choose one player to go on an adventure. The yellow tribe is going to have Brandon volunteer to prevent Emily from going. The red tribe is choosing Drew for winning rock, paper, scissors, and the blue tribe is choosing Bruce for also winning rock, paper, scissors. Number 16, the boys meet up. We have Drew talking about this is the perfect networking opportunity on Survivor, and I fully agree. I think this is the main point of these adventures, of these Shipwheel Island things, as it lets players from other tribes interact together without having swaps. But we get some weird editing choices from the producers as we find out Bruce is keeping everything close to the chest, Brandon is telling everything about his tribe, and Drew, honestly, we don't get anything from Drew. Number 15, risk versus reward. I love how we're changing up the risk versus reward this season, as it was starting to become stale with the prisoner's dilemma. Instead of the prisoner's dilemma and the players not being able to choose if they want to risk their vote or not, this plays out so much better as you get full control in what your decision is. The rules are fairly simple. You have matching tiles that need to go together. 3 remaining tiles will be used to solve a combination lock, and you have 3 minutes to finish the whole puzzle. Classic risk versus reward means that if you fail the challenge, you lose your vote at your next tribal council, but if you win the challenge within 3 minutes, you get an advantage. Number 14, the challenge. It makes perfect sense for Bruce to not risk his vote. He's having a strong social game. Although it ends up working out for him, I wish Drew didn't risk his vote because I feel like he's also building strong connections on his tribe. And not gonna lie, Brandon's decision made 0 sense. Earlier in the episode, we saw him choose to not open the Beware advantage, but here we see him choosing to risk his vote for some random advantage. The logic does not make any sense at all, as ultimately Drew gets the advantage and Brandon loses his vote. Number 13, losing is tough. Just like how losing your vote on Survivor like Brandon is super tough, I need to say I think it's really tough that I'm losing in subscribers to Russell Hantz. If you aren't subscribed yet, please do that and help me pass Russell Hantz in subscribers. And as a bonus, once we hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be making a dedicated video interviewing Russell Hantz. Number 12, Drew's advantage. This is the new era of Survivor. I wonder if Drew is gonna be able to keep this secret from his tribe, as he gains the safety without power advantage that Jeremy used during Survivor Winners at War.
This is an advantage that allows Jeremy to leave tribal council right now. He cannot be voted out.
Number 11, back to camp. Obviously, we see these adventure players return to their camp and we're gonna see what they tell their tribes. This is gonna get super heated, as on the yellow tribe, Brandon tells the truth about losing his vote to everyone. On the red tribe, we have the fun tribe as they all surprise Drew, and he ends up telling the complete full truth about what happened. I don't understand why in the new era of Survivor keeping secrets is so tough. Number 10, Austin with Beware. Ultimately, we have Austin not being able to keep a secret as well, as he ends up telling Drew about his advantage. Let me know in the comments down below if you would be able to keep a secret on Survivor or not. Number 9, Alliance on Blue. A little bit confusing as we see Brando connect with the girls on wearing some Survivor buff crop tops. We then see Bruce getting a little bit worried about an all-girls alliance, so he's rushing to make connections with everyone. A big key piece of information we learn from this blue tribe is if they ever lose a challenge, Brando and Kelly are in the middle and they can choose whatever they want. Number 8, challenge time. I love the pacing, I love the camp life, I love everything about 90-minute episodes of Survivor. I think to make things perfect, we almost need the challenge to come up a little bit sooner in the episode. The challenge is going to be a classic with a twist of the puzzle at the end, as you need to climb and leap off a tower to break a tile, grab the key and get across a balance beam, use the keys to open up puzzle pieces, and solve a fancy new coral puzzle. And for reward, we have a big fishing gear for first place and a smaller fishing gear for second place. Number 7, the puzzle is the equalizer. As we're going to talk about really soon, the puzzle of this challenge was so tight. And the big reason why I started my puzzle store Idle Plays is to give super fans of Survivor the experience like they're out there on the island. So for this week only, the first 10 people to use the code ADVANTAGE15 get 15% off their entire order. Some of the most popular challenges include the Fitz Tower, the Log Maze, and the Tree Puzzle. So if you're interested in checking out the puzzles and help supporting me and the channel, please go to idleplays.com and check out the puzzles and games. And remember, the first 10 people to use the code ADVANTAGE15 get 15% off their entire order. Number 6, the challenge. It's honestly insane the impact Survivor 44 players Claire and Carson have had on this season so far, and Claire tweets this out. Because of Claire, the new sit-out rule is no matter what, you can't sit out in back-to-back challenges. And because of Carson, Survivor is finally making some new puzzles. We're gonna have Sifu sit out on red and Katura sit out on blue. And I think this is the hardest balance beam we've ever seen on Survivor, with there being 3 different levels to it. As we have one of the worst falls ever with Kendra, let's just roll the clip.
Kendra struggling on the beam for Bello. Oh! Kendra struggling on the beam for Bello.
And we have one of the tightest finishes ever as red barely beats out blue, meaning Brandon and Sabaya choke the puzzle and they lose again. Number 5, decision on yellow. What really is a simple decision gets a little bit complicated as we have 2 different targets. We first have Brandon, who is loyal but no strength in the challenges and he can't vote this tribal council. We then have Emily, who is low-key sketchy and untrustworthy, and there's a possibility she'll use her shot in the dark, which means the majority of Caleb, Sabaya, and Sean need to choose who goes home. But to make it even more confusing, Sabaya is not allowed to vote until she finds the idol. Number 4, advantage search. Normally I'm not a fan of idol searches on Survivor, but I was cool with this one as they find a coconut in a random tree. Basically, Sabaya finds it with the help of Sean and Caleb, but it's not a real idol until she burns the wax off with fire. 100% guaranteed. The producers told her she can't use the tribal council fire, and I agree with Evie, this would be super epic. Number 3, big brain move. Emily pulls off a big brain move here that I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know was allowed, as she gives her shot in the dark to Sabaya as a trust move. And I really like this move here from Emily, as it's been proven time and time again within the new era, the 1 in 6 chance is not good. Number 2, tribal council. By far one of my favorite tribal councils and episodes of Survivor as a whole in a very long time. As the tension was high the entire time, I felt for both Brandon and Emily. I saw both of their sides. It's so tough because I'm sad to see Brandon go, but I'm also really pumped we're gonna be seeing Emily for more episodes of Survivor. Anyways, congratulations Lindsay, you're this week's giveaway winner. I'll announce a new winner next week.